Hi everyone, Joe here with my first playthrough video. I've been challenged by one of my friends to answer the question, can you beat Fallout 76 only using wood? To be fair to him, he's doing the same challenge as well. And yes, this video was inspired by the Can You Beat videos from Mitten Squad. If you get a chance, check out his channel. I'll try to remember to include a link. The idea here is to see if it's possible to beat Fallout 76 using only wooden weapons and wood armor. Which brings up the first question. How do you beat an open-ended, open-world game? There are two ways we can define victory conditions. Get to level 50 or nuke the Scorchbeast Queen. We'll go with nuke the Scorchbeast Queen. There's a long list of rules beyond what kind of weapons and armor we can use, which I will post in the description below. So these rules will make us cross a bunch of possible quests off the list. And that's where the real challenge lies. Can we launch a nuke without finishing certain quests? And I'll point those out as we go along. My plan is to create a two-handed stealth melee build and join the Enclave as soon as I can. I'll also need the Roboticist perk cards to be able to finish the silo run, which I'll do solo. So I'll have to be at least level 50 before launching a nuke. And so the intro is done, let the challenge begin. After Rip Van Winkling it, I woke up in dear old Vault 76, chose an avatar, chose an appropriate name, took a picture, and because escaping the vault is urgent, I went right back to bed. Then played the guitar a little, and a few rounds of Nuke-a-Tapper. Grabbed my Pip-Boy and ran down the hall, picking up all the junk that the robots were giving me, and put on the party hat, which is the most important part. And then I accepted my participation award, level 2. I listened to Alderton saying goodbye in 8 languages, and then ran towards the light, because there is peace and serenity in the light, Carol Ann. And I've escaped from the vault. As Paul from Mitten Squad likes to say, and then the real game could begin. My first task was to run to the Overseer's camp, not only to get some experience, but also to make my first weapon, a level 1 board. I ran to the Wayward to sell off some stuff and was given a gentle reminder that I needed to join a team. So I created a team, smacked this guy on the head with my board, and sold my stuff to Duchess. With my newfound caps, I fast-traveled to another player's camp near Camden Park. I did that so I could do the mistaken identity quests. So, I cleared out the park, signed in for my shift, I ate the yummy hot dogs, ran around the park dumping muck, and tossed my dross. Mine's out of the gutters, boys. We're just throwing a bunch of rocks at some tires. And then I turned in the quest to the boss spot. I entered Camden Park at level 2, and left at level 7. So what's next? Well, I decided to follow my own advice and follow the Overseer. Which means, next stop, Flatwoods. There I also joined the Responders so that I could level up a few more times. You'll notice at this point I still only have a board, and I don't have any wood armor pieces. Which brings up the next big challenge, finding wood armor. You can't craft it, and you can't mod it. So where do you get it? Wandering around, I stumbled into my first ally, the Settler Wanderer. I wandered into Point Pleasant and got my ass handed to me. That's going to be a common theme through this challenge. Followed the Overseer to Morgantown, where I found my first piece of wood armor, the left arm. The Morgantown train yard is one of the few places in the game where you can actually find wood armor pieces in the wild, and that's in the responder caches around the train yard. While looking for more pieces, I got my ass handed to me again, and again inside the airport, several times actually. Got the plan for the small backpack out of the Overseer's cache. It's probably one of the most important plans in the game at this point. After finishing all the responder quests at the airport, I went and got myself inoculated against the Scorch Plague. Yeah, I'm no anti-vaxxer. Go get your COVID-19 vaccinations, folks. Oh look, power armor I can't use. Anyway, I joined the Fire Breathers, and I had to put on their uniform in order to continue the quest. I took it back off, and completely forgot to put my one piece of wood armor back on. I finally got around to building my camp, mostly out of wood, of course. The next time I went to the Morgantown train yard, I found the right arm. I crashed a frat party and found some bottle cap sunglasses, which are awesome. By this time, another player had given me a set of marine under armor that's not modded, but it's a lot better than the vault suit. I fast-traveled to a teammate at the White Spring and found a very important location, the bunker. But I don't want to spoil it for you. It's the Enclave. This is Enclave HQ. I communed with the wise Mothman. And then I arguably failed the challenge. You see, the Buried with Honor quest requires you to use a shovel in order to bury the corpse. So tell me in the comments, did I fail the challenge because I used the shovel even though I didn't attack anything with it? Anyway, I did the Overseer a big favor and killed her fiancé for her. And he dropped the first piece of legendary wood armor I found, and I about lost my shit over that. So at level 27, I decided it was high time to join the Enclave. In order to finish Modus's fetch quests so you can launch a nuke, you have to be a general. In order to become a general, you have to join the army. So off to Camp McClintock I went. And there I put on the uniform and took some pictures of myself, because everybody looks better in uniform. When I was done admiring myself in my new uniform, I went to the marksmanship course and tried several times with the bow before I figured something out. You don't need to shoot long range. You can use melee weapons to complete the marksmanship course, as long as you're quick enough. I decided to do some side quests for a while to level up a little bit, and so I tried the Mistress of Mysteries quest, which is one of my favorites. But I realized that there's another problem. You can't complete the Mistress of Mysteries quest if you can't swing a sword. So instead, I went and took the swim test for the Pioneer Scouts. I jumped from private to general in one go, took a picture in a tinfoil hat, failed to kill a scorch beast with a bow, figured out I'd need some protection while doing the silo run, so I went ahead and made some rad shield. Then a random player on my team came along and just opened some lunchboxes. It was awesome. I got the shielded Enclave Under Armor plans for more protection, and that needs Ultra Sight, so I got my ass kicked at AMS headquarters getting the Ultra Sight I needed. I went back to Point Pleasant because I discovered you can get wood armor from Mothman cultists. Killed a Deathclaw with my bow, and spliced my blood into Nuka-Cola. Seriously, go get vaccinated if you can. Oh look, more power armor I can't use. Talked to Initiate Dodge, and got to level 50 so I could choose some legendary perk cards. At this point, a speedrun would be done, but we have a nuke to launch. I helped Duchess with a little problem, and hoped I'd score a decent melee weapon. Yeah, no such luck. I did manage to buy a decent bow from another player, helped kill another Scorch Beast Queen, and then managed to get one of the keystones of my strategy. I became the Mayor of Watoga and earned another weapon that I was not going to be able to use. Maybe the legendary Purveyor could help. Nope. 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 Yeah, no. While getting destroyed by both the Mothman and his cultists, I contemplated some of the quests I wasn't able to do. Because I can't use a syringer, I can't finish Rose's quest, or any of the quests that come after, like a lot of the Brotherhood of Steel quests, or a lot of the Free States quests. But then I realized I really didn't need to. I already was part of the Enclave. I could launch a nuke right now. But I still needed a decent melee weapon, and then I found it. Miracle of miracles, in a player's vending station, there was the perfect baseball bat, and I was 200 caps short. So I raced around, turning in quests, seeing how many caps I could get, gave up on that, and went on a cap stash run, praying that that player did not leave before I had enough caps. With one cap to spare, that legendary weapon was mine. I bumped into my friend who gave me the challenge, and let him know that you can find wood armor on cultists. Here I am at level 57 and I'm ready to launch a nuke. But first, I need a nuclear keycard. And that began probably the single most frustrating part of this challenge. Trying to take out a cargo bot using a recurve bow. It's friendly so I can't target it in VATS. So I thought, if I shoot the escort, then maybe it would become an enemy as well. And it worked. After a few minutes it became friendly again, but with the help of some nearby super mutants, who were able to slow it down, I was able to pelt it with a bunch of arrows until, after what felt like hours, I shot it down. I have a nuclear keycard. I'm ready to go. I went to Site Alpha and tried to enter, but it was locked down. Frustration. Off to Site Bravo. And started my solo silo run. What I'll do is I'll count the number of times I die during the silo run. So here we go. First things first, I tried to sneak my way in so that I could grab a biometric card. I went ahead while I was here and erased the card, and then discovered that I had made a mistake. Can you guess what it is? Run away! Run away! If you guessed that I had forgotten to equip Robotics Expert, you are correct. Be my friend. Wait, I thought that was permanent. Well, be my friend again. And you can be my friend too. So, I learned how the system works, even though I already know. I snuck off to get measured by the Probulator. Created my biometric card, but then something started shooting me. Oh wait, you're my friend! What the... And... So I beat this robot to death. So much for friendship. I ran in and swiped my biometric card on the run. You can be my friend, and you can be my friend too. The silo run is starting to sound like an episode of Sesame Street. In past the laser grid I go. Oh look, more friends. Is this iBot supposed to be glitched into the floor? This Assaultron refused to be my friend, so I had to beat it to death. While I was in the silo, I completed a quest I wasn't even doing. No, this game doesn't have any glitches. Before I entered the reactor space, I decided it was a good idea, probably, to turn the turrets against all the bots that are in there. Took a moment to decontaminate myself. Finally remembered to take the rad shield I had made earlier. Repaired the generator. And then restarted it. I destroyed the mainframe core. Turned more turrets against the security bots. I made friends with a sentry bot who died. It was sad. After rebuilding the mainframe, I was able to open the silo door and enter the silo. Once in the silo, I initiated the launch prep. Now, defending the launch chiefs was surprisingly easy. All I had to do was make friends with this Assaultron over and over and over again. Honestly, all I had to do was let the time run out, and I finished the quest. Yet, trust me, I'm just as surprised as you are. I have never done it that way before. Now, look at how many times I died while doing the silo run. This is not me gloating. This is me saying, okay, the strategy worked. I was able to do it because I had the Robotics Expert perk, I was very stealthy, and I really didn't have to do any damage. I died so many times getting wood armor from the cultists that I was expecting the silo run to be nightmarish. Of course, I had to mark the occasion by taking pictures of myself. And now it's time to complete the challenge by launching the nuke at the Scorchbeast Queen. And when she's dead, I will call it done. So, just put in the keycard, enter the code, choose our target, and launch the nuke. As I went down to kill the Scorchbeast Queen, I decided I wanted to take some pictures of the nuke coming in. And while that was happening, yet another random player just started opening lunchboxes. This is one of the most generous online player communities I've seen. Yeah, let me know in the comments if you disagree with that. There's a pretty good turnout of players to kill the queen. I'm going to speed up the death of the Scorchbeast Queen for you. As we take her down, here are some thoughts on the challenge. First, I had planned out what cards to pick at each level, but that didn't play out as intended. I'll post my endgame build in the video description. Second, I'm not really sure how challenging this challenge was. The hardest part for me was getting a nuclear keycard, and it's possible to just buy them from other players, assuming you can find a player selling them. Also, it's possible I could have just brute forced the whole challenge, since there really aren't any consequences for dying. Just keep at it, dying over and over again until you succeed. Does that mean that the only real challenge would be a no-death run? Let me know in the comments section what you think about that. Okay, so just after I recorded that, I saw that Final Render has posted the first episode of his permadeath challenge. I'll post a link to his channel in the video description. And since the Scorchbeast Queen is now dead, that's it for this video. Let me know in the comment section what you thought about this playthrough, if you would like to see more playthroughs, or if you have other ideas for challenges. And, as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time with another Fallout 76 video.